Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War live stream. So today should be version 7.3. It's not actually out quite yet. However, it should be within the next hour. Due to the daylight savings thing, it could actually be a whole hour before it comes out. Let's hope not. But it could be also within the next several minutes, so we'll just kind of have to wait and see. And go from there. So for now, I guess we're just gonna kind of chill, get some things done, just so we don't have to do it when the 7.3 ends up actually propagating into the game. And after that, we'll be good to go. But if any of you see any signs of 7.3 on your platform, do let me know. And also, happy birthday, Isabel! Let me know when you want me to sing happy birthday for you. But it is Isabel's birthday. Everyone wish her happy birthday. And speaking of that, let me go say hello to everyone else. Also, is the chat above me not working? That's not good. It picks a very funny stream to not work on. Why have this stream of all streams? It's fine now. Also, we need to go change what we're tracking over there. I can't point to it properly. That thing right over there. This is the end of tracking of orbs. So now we're going to have 2 empty spaces now. Should we just go full screen at this point? There we go. Here's the stream. Because at this point, that's pretty much where we're at. Anyways, hello, Defiant. Hello, Def Devil. Hello, Jonian. Hello. Oh, there it is. Now it's magically working again. Why did that fix it? Why? Okay, well, that worked, apparently. There we go, it's working again. Hello, Jonian. Hello, Anthony. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Supplement. Hello, Haley. Hello, Isabel, and happy birthday. Hello, Anthony. Hello, Gerudo. Hello, yeah. Hello, Daddy Shark. Hello, Jonian. Hello, Nightmare. Hello, Mary. Hello, hello, Nightmare. Hello, Eric. Hello, yeah. Hello, Mr. Z. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Glorfindel. Hello, Crisp. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. A song with the Rowlet. Oh, yeah, I'll go get the Rowlet out. Then we'll go sing happy birthday to you. And, you're 46 today? Nice. Yeah, let me go get the Rowlet. 1 second. Oh. Where? Where is he hiding? Oh, there. Gosh, couldn't find a little guy. I put some of my clothes up there and it was buried underneath. There we go. I'll put him on the mic. If he'll even fit. At least for now. Oh, he's not gonna fit. He's too heavy. He's too heavy for the mic. There we go. Oh. Yeah, he doesn't want to stay there. Let me go fix that screen. Let's see. There we go. Will he stay on head? Aha. He will stay on head if I am very careful. For a minute duration. But happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's not gonna stay there. Happy birthday to Isabel. Happy birthday to you. Hope you had a good 46th birthday. Yeah, this guy does not want to stay anywhere today. Just gonna put him to the side. There we go. Little fluff ball. Oh, screen's off slightly. Anyways, has anyone seen any signs of version 7.3? Because the patch notes are already up. They've been up since like Thursday last week. They've been up for a good while now. I'm not seeing the achievements being updated on Steam, so we might have to wait a good half an hour before the thing is actually active. So with that being said, yeah, I guess let's start taking out some dailies and just get all those out of the way. And then when the patch comes out, we won't have to deal with a single one of them. We'll be good to go. I haven't done the EXP daily yet. We'll need to go do entirety of Adventure Board too. So let's, let's actually go do that one. I believe I have a task to go clear all of Adventure Board as well. Yes, I do. No, I just completed Delve, actually. But let's go and take out the important ones then. The gems and the purple deeds. Let's take out a few things and just kind of wait out the inevitable patch coming right around the corner. As there's pretty much no way it's not today. It is required for them to release the new kingdom next week. And they already delayed it a week. I highly doubt they will delay it 2 weeks. So they kind of need to do the patch today. So it's more so a matter of when within the next hour, rather than if. And hopefully it'll be earlier rather than later. You won't be able to play until 3+ hours after the update. Well, good for you. The update's not propagated yet. So, still gotta wait on it. I think it might be because of the daylight savings time now that I think about it. Because we very rarely get patches within that time. And it could just be that those are a little bit later. Like almost an hour later. No, I highly doubt they would delay it 2 weeks. I don't think they physically can. I'm sure they'll be in the office around that time. Also, I had this issue earlier. I was doing one of the pet battles. That's actually why we have some of the fights there. And I think Inferno King revived like 4 times in a row or something. 4 or 5 times. Like an entire extra battle's worth for just Inferno King I had to kill. It was very annoying. Getting flashbacks from killing him once. Because I think we had like Infernus Imp or something. Oh yeah, what did you have for dinner? You mentioned you had garlic, you had garlic wings for lunch. I don't think you ever mentioned what you had for birthday dinner. I said, hello, George. Hello, Maximus. Welcome, welcome. Also, hello, Sushi Ninja. Welcome, everyone. Hope all you guys been doing well. You know what? Let me go hand out a code, too. We're going to hand out a couple codes tonight. At least 3. Maybe even more than 3. But why do I have 2 codes open? Apparently, I reopened another one, not realizing I already had one opened. That or I clicked it twice and it opened 2. Let's see. Does that sometimes when you double-click on it. But there you guys go. Do double-check if that's not a new one. Or if it is a new one. It should be. But there's a chance that it's last night's one. Because of how it opened up. They'll hand out 3 tonight. Yeah, we don't have the update yet. At least on PC right now. But we should very soon. It's kind of stalling till then. Oh, top 3? Ooh, should we go play Guess That Door? I guess we got some time to go play some Guess That Door. It's time for starter poll. Guess That Door. Let's see. Guess That Door. There we go. 4, 5, or 6. You guys know the drill. 4 is obviously the left one, 5 being the middle, and 6 being the one all the way to the right. See if we can get it. You know what? We'll hand out 4 codes if we somehow get it. Not 4 simultaneously, you know. An extra 1. There you guys go. Let's see, 4, 5, or 6. Whichever one is highest voted, we'll go for, regardless of which one it is. Let's go do the 2 fights. But yeah, whatever one wins, we'll go for, and if it is, we'll hand out an extra code. Alright, can we get a purple here? Yes, we can. But yeah, we'll need something new to track at the bottom area. Because this number from before is officially 1 year of tracking those new orbs. Every single one of the random orbs that we've gotten, of the 4 new ones last year, have been tracked into those 4 numbers. And that's where they're going to be staying, it looks like. But now we'll need something else to track for about a year. I did that with quite a few things. I think the one that we did previously was Mimics. And obviously most recently we did it with those new orbs that came out exactly a year ago today. They came out like the 2nd week of December, and it's pretty much right now. A lot of votes for 5 today. We'll go for 5. Whatever it's at by the time we get there. At this point is looking like a pretty hefty lead on 5, actually. Yeah, Dragonite and new dragons. We will be trying to get them all tonight. And if I do, I should be covering a video on the Mythic tomorrow. If I get them tonight. There's a chance we don't, in which case we'll probably be covering them next week, because one of my goals I want to do this weekend, if we don't get them by today, is to farm Dragonite this weekend until we can end up getting them. That is the game plan. Alright, so it looks like 5's winning by a lot, so we'll take 5. We got it! We'll end on an extra code! Actually, we'll do it right now. Nice. I'm not sure why. That pattern always seems to love to give 5. I'm still not sure if they fixed the randomness of it. But you know what? We'll hand out the code right now. We just hand out a code, we'll hand out another code. It's a big night, might as well. And we'll have another 2 later on. That's 2 codes already, though don't expect them that quickly. The next one will be a little while. There you guys go. That is indeed a win. And you know what that means? 120 Dragonite towards the next dragon. Which is actually really relevant, because they're coming out in literal minutes at this point. I'm not sure if that's going to be the first thing we do, but it's definitely going to be one of the earlier things we do as soon as the patch hits. is see if we can roll for all the new dragons. We're gonna open like 20 plus eggs. Ideally less. Hopefully it doesn't take that many. But ideally we'll open like 15 eggs, get them all, and then go get the Celestial Dragon. It seems like it's gonna be really strong. Like really, really strong. So, hello Janie! Welcome, welcome. Like it might even just completely replace Diamantina. Like, unless they tweak it from what it was on, Terran's World, it might just literally be better Diamantina. Though it is a little bit inconsistent in that it could land you a non-extra turn. But there we go. Since we've got a perfect run, we get 120 Dragonite. If you happen to be getting less, it's because you actually have to move down on floors in order to get to level 20. And the higher you are, the more Dragonite you get for it. And, of course, we'll grab our daily Dragonite. Actually, I should probably wait to see if I need to buy this later. I'll buy it now. Why not? I should wait. Yeah, I'll buy it now. We'll need it. I do not have confidence with our RNG. Yeah, last time... Actually, I can tell you exactly how many eggs it took us. All I have to do is type in... what was it? Gems? No, not gems. What was it? It was like, dragon... What was that one trait? All of the, Yeah, gems. It is gems. I need to put a space there. So, it ended up taking us, I can tell you the exact number. It took us 9, 10, 15, 21, 27. Oh, yeah, I was right when I said 27. I thought the number sounded right. But yeah, it took us 27 dragon pools to get the, all of them. Or, you know, to get one of each. Which was absurdly overdrop, right? I believe... How much would that cost in the new format? They're $5.50 each. So if we were to go that dry again... Where's my calculator? Why don't I have a calculator up? I need to, like, have, like, a permanent calculator open at all times. 550 times 27. Plus, we'd still need more for the actual cost of everything else. But yeah, it would cost just shy of 15,000 Dragonite if I was to go that dry again. Which hopefully we won't. But that is double my Dragonite, and that's not even counting, like, the 1,200 or 1,500 the dragon itself will cost. As well as there's some kind of peripheral weapon or something we need to craft that will also as well. Also, we got a Volky. Let me go open that Volky. When did we get this? Wait, what was this Volky even from? Oh, I think I know what it was from. When we claimed all of our tokens on Monday, I believe this was the spear, Volky we got from that. It has to be. I can't think of anything else we would have gotten a Volky from. Because it wouldn't have been from an angel. I don't believe we got any. And hey, gem keys. Unfortunately, none of this helps us right now, but I'll still take it. Alright, let's see. What else can we do before the patch hits? I guess we complete a delve, since I won't be doing that naturally. I might as well clear through the City of Thieves real quick. One of the easier locations to do it, plus better loot if we want to go for all the better rooms. So, we won't be doing that. We're just going to straight rush the end here. Also, hopefully I have it set to level 50 and not accidentally set to 500. Oh yeah, I definitely set to 50. You can tell because they're all one-shottable. Yeah, we're just going to use Quick Kill Rowan real quick. That'll take, like, not even a minute. I've been skipping the Underspire daily for, like, 4 to 5 years now. We've been skipping it for a very long time. What was that one-shot Volteam? It's one-shot Diamantina. Soon to potentially be replaced with the one-shot new Celestial Dragon that's coming out tomorrow. But one-shot Diamantina hits for pretty hard. I forget the exact value with all my magic. It's also dependent on how many skulls are on the board, of course. But I can go show the team again real quick. It's currently the highest single cast team pretty much in the game, as far as getting its mana up quickly. And there we go. Objective complete, because it's determined when you take the chest itself. And for later, we'll set up another one. Alright, next. Let's see. Go back to Underworld. Let's see. Unable to vote on the door. Oh, the poll already ended, which is probably why. But 5 ended up winning, and we got a perfect, so it worked out. Got a perfect dungeon. Actually, a true perfect as well. We even got the little emerald thingy. That's as good of a delve as you can get, or under, whatever it is, the dungeon. Whatever the mode is called. But yeah, the team that we were using earlier, it's this one right here. I don't think I've ever really mentioned it in a video. So if you don't normally check our streams, you probably have almost never seen this team. But it's Diamantina. There's a couple different ways you can build it. The main reason that it looks a little weird like this is because we're actually trying to get a little bit extra magic from 4 times purple. But more importantly, 2 Carecraft troops actually give you 6 magic. And we're doing that to get a little bit more damage. As you get double from that, so it's basically 12 more damage on Diamantina, and adds up very quickly. But we're running as a Karkaroff hero class plus Mizmer. This not only gives you 6 magic from having 2 Karkaroff, but also makes the team pure purple for another bit of magic, so 9 in total there. And you also get 5 to all from Mizmer, and I believe you also get 1 from Hero. I believe it has like a perk where it's like 1 to all allies or something. Yeah, right there. So in total, from having these 2 in combination, you're getting 6, 9, 15. You're getting 15 extra magic just from using Sorcerer plus Mizmer. And that's kind of why we're doing that. Leprechaun's here for the obvious reason. And then you just need Diamantina or the new dragon. You can do this exact same team with the new dragon, by the way, as well. These 3 are the combo. The other thing can be pretty much anything. Ideally a purple, so you get the extra magic as well, though it doesn't have to be. You could actually put any AoE there. Though you can't do this with Phoenicia because you need Red Storm, and this team doesn't have Red Storm. However, you can do it with Diamantina. You can do it with the new Gem Dragon, or the Celestial Dragon tomorrow, the 6-color one. You could also just do it with standard purple Gem Dragon if you want to go down that route. It's not as good as running as like Diamantina or something, but you can still run it that way if you want to. Manacles are just in case you need another cast, yes. You could even run it in front of it if you feel like you don't have enough damage. But normally you run it behind, you just one-shot with Diamantina. But if you're not at one-shot range, you might need the extra damage. But all you have to do is just switch the location to do that. Anyways. But the whole point of it is to one-shot, of course, ideally. That's kind of the whole premise of the team. And we're going to get an even better version of it tomorrow. I mean, today, today is the day. Actually, tomorrow we're getting the pet rescue. So has anyone seen the patch yet? Because that means we might have to wait a whole hour. Which means we have a half an hour more to wait if it's going to be at the end of the hour. Which that has happened before, and I think it might be because the whole daylight saving time thing. That's making it seem like it's an hour later, but really it's just the same time as per usual. If that's the case, I guess we could do some Silver Necropolis or something. I wasn't just going to skip the faction today, but we might actually have some time to mess around with it. Just do it real quick, get our little bit of loot. It's not a lot, but it adds up. Underspire I'm slightly scared to do because you know it's going to get reset in like 30 minutes. It's not even a question. Like, it's obviously going to get reset. I guess I'll do my current 7 torches and just not buy more. That would probably work. Oh, so what is this? A double path? With neither being higher level. That is unfortunate. I think I'm going to take one room into both. And then whatever the highest level is of the 4, I'll go take. Oh yeah, as far as our Underworld team, we're just using Quick Kill Purple Dragon. We don't really have that many options from the Kingdom. Like, the Kingdom has some decent stuff, but it doesn't have, like, fully coherent teams. So we're just kind of running it like this. And honestly, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, I would definitely give it a shot. Its one-shot capability is very heavily dependent on what your magic stat is, as well as partially how many skulls are on the board, as it does gain some more damage from that. But once you hit a certain amount of magic, it actually fully consistently one-shots that battle. Okay, even though this is a higher level, I don't think that's Primary Path. I think Primary Path's over here. That's going too weird of a direction for me to think that's Primary Path. Also, how is it every intersection so far has been a double path? I've taken 3 double paths in a row. I better not have another double path. I don't think I've ever seen this many double paths in a row if it doubles again. Because that'd be 4 double paths back to back to back to back. Oh! That was a dead end room. Oh, give me this loot. If it does reset, we get to keep this loot. Come on, I still need another legend. I only have 2 of the new legends. We still need the other 4. Honestly, I feel like it's going to take me more than a year. I think that grind will legitimately take higher than a year. Especially if we keep getting drops like that. You got a lantern from a dead end? Nice. Yeah, that is possible. It's very rare. I still haven't seen one yet. I've seen more legends than I've seen lanterns. But, yeah, you can get a lantern from them. For completely free. Come on, something. That's not something. I guess it's better than the other thing, but still not ideal. Alright, 2 torches left. That means this is not Primary Path then, right? Well, I guess that is a higher level than the other one. I'll just go it. This one's hard to figure out because they were all the same level initially. All weaving in a weird direction. If it's not this way, we actually know which one it is of the other 2. Because it would just be the higher level one at that point. Underspire won't reset. The previous 2 times the patch had impact on Underspire. This time it doesn't count. Okay, it doesn't? Okay. I'm still slightly skeptical on that. We'll see it when it happens. But if that is the case, then honestly, I might as well just do more torches right now then. Might as well do the normal amount we would normally do. So I'll go buy them then. Finish out a little bit more into Underspire. And hopefully by then we have a version 7.3. Because it's definitely happening tonight. It's more so a matter of when than if. You would not trust it? I don't know. We'll just do the current battles for now. And it won't be that big a deal to go torch the rest a little bit later to stream. It's only going to be 10 more fights later. It's not going to take that long. They all get one-shotted in a single cast. Oh, come on. Okay, that means whatever one is higher here is the primary path. Which means the primary path is down there. I'll need to remember that later. But yeah, this one will be primary path. Oh, we didn't waste too many torches, honestly. All that was only 4 torch waste. Well, 6 if you count the 2 dead end rooms. Ah, there we go. Anyways, we'll do more later. See if it actually gets reset or not. Next, let's see. Oh yeah, we got the Christmas event right around the corner. Got the Christmas pet coming in tomorrow. I guess we do some faction. I wasn't planning on actually doing this event today, because I thought we'd be focused all on PvP, but if the update's going to take a little bit tonight, then I might as well go run it. I'll just use the same team we mentioned in the video, which is pretty standard Guards Avatar build. Higher level range, I think I mentioned a Bork Diamantina. We could actually run AoE for the super... Oh, never mind. Duh. We still are running AoE for the early range. We should be able to run AoE for the whole thing. And just set it to pure armor off of that, and we're good to go. Anyways, let's go head over here. And if any of you guys do see any pokings of a patch, let me know. Alright, I'll go there, and should be good to go. You've been burned too many times, I know. Yeah, it's better not to risk it. We'll just leave it as is for now, and if we have to do 10 fights later, it's not that big a deal. If it does get reset, then that's kind of what's expected at this point. So I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I'd be less surprised. Or I'd be more surprised if it doesn't reset. But we'll find out when the patch hits. So far, every patch for the last 2 or 3 patches have reset the Underspire every time. Basically, every patch since Underspire has reset Underspire. Well, I assume they would have fixed that by now. It's been 3 patches at least. No way they haven't fixed that by now. And if it does happen, this patch is probably the final patch, and then every patch hereafter has been fixed by this patch. I assume by the second time they would have fixed it so that this 3rd one would be fixed. I'll find out. Yeah, I took a screenshot of my other one just in case. I didn't take a screenshot of the ones we're doing this stream, but I could easily just look back at the stream. In case it does have the same layout. Though, that one time, it reset and had a different layout. So you couldn't actually do that method to try to figure out your path. It was basically double reset in a sense. Fix one thing, break 7 others, pretty much. That's how it normally goes down. Also, this is one of the rare times I haven't actually read over the patch notes. The main reason being is, I believe with how this patch is set up, it is a lot easier to understand if I simply just do the patch rather than read the patch notes. Given that we had a preview video already, it is way easier to understand all the changes if we simply just do the changes. It's one of the reasons we haven't actually read through it. But I might go take a peek at it if you guys want. But it's mostly just information we know from the video already. There's a few tidbits of information here and there, though, in it. Like the achievements that are coming in through it, but it's pretty much what you'd expect. They're PvP-based achievements because it's a PvP update. You'll likely get done automatically. Actually, I believe if you do one, you'll automatically get the other one done as well. Like, if you get the harder one of the 2 done, you'd automatically get the easier one of the 2 done. So technically, it's only 1 achievement, even though it's 2 achievements. As doing the harder one gets both done. Yeah, we gotta kill potentially up to half an hour if it's gonna be at 9 o'clock instead of 8. Which I assume is a daylight savings time thing. Because in my area, we have daylight savings time, but in their, or you know, how they do their patches, maybe they haven't. So the patch could still be another half an hour from now, if that's the case. But we will be here, and we shall do it. The second it comes out. But at this point, I'm thinking that it's pretty likely if we haven't gotten it yet. I said hello, Timmy! Welcome, welcome. Also, hello, Anthony, if I didn't already say hi. And Big Dog, welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, take a screenshot. I already did earlier. Oh, take a screenshot of my lanterns? I'm pretty sure I already have it screenshotted earlier. When I took a screenshot of the thing. Because my lantern number hasn't changed since yesterday. Plus, we have literal live video footage of it. If we had to send a support ticket, I could literally just point to this time in stream and be like, hey, where's my torches? But, yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. That is a good question. I don't know how many torches I have right now. I want to say 4. 4 sounds correct. Under Spire. Oh, 5. Alright. Yeah, I have 5 torches right now. Oh, you know why I thought it was 4? I didn't take into account the one free one we got. Because we got a free one from, you know, from that one loot room. Like the 3rd room of the dungeon. Alright, what do we need here? We need, faction. I guess we might have time to actually go through the entirety of faction today, then. Which is something we normally do on Tuesdays anyway, so might as well. The loot forward hasn't really been updated that well, but I still personally feel like it's worth doing. It's kind of lagged behind, given how strong Vault events are. Also, next weekend, Vault event. How much we grind it is really dependent on how good we do on Gem Dragons today, though. I mean Celestial Dragons, the new ones they're going to be adding. If we get really lucky on them, I probably won't feel as motivated to mega grinds this weekend. However, if we do not finish all the Celestial Dragons today, when the patch hits, we will be going and grinding this weekend, pretty much until we have enough Dragonite to get them. We'll keep opening them all throughout the weekend until we have the full set. So that by next week we can go over them. But the most ideal thing is we get lucky tonight. We get all of them within like 10 to 15 eggs. And then finish out whatever else we need to craft to finish them. And then we'll probably have a video on them tomorrow. Probably after we cover the 7.3 overview thingy. Though we are going to need a couple videos to cover everything. Because one will more so just be an overview. Another one's going to be going over all of the, what do you call it? All of, like, the teams that you would need for PvP, at least for this given week. And then another one, assuming that we get them, hopefully tonight, we'll be going over the Celestial Dragons. Most notably, obviously, the 6-colored one. That is by far the most relevant one. Not that the other 6 won't get used, because, you know, they still are just like the other Gem Dragons. It's just, if you have the bigger one, you're obviously going to be using the bigger one. And that's, like, the end goal of them. 6 dragons and 10 eggs? Well, someone did the math. I think on average it would take 13.5 eggs. Which means 14 eggs. It took us 27 last time, so double that. I forget what formula I have to use for that, though. But whatever it is, we went way over last time. As long as we go, like, at average luck, we should have enough Dragonite to get them all tonight. If we get unlucky, we will not have enough Dragonite to get them all tonight. As long as we go at drop rate or better, we'll have them all. But if we have to go 27 again, we won't have them all until, like, later this year. Or later next year, I mean. Like, that goal of trying to farm them all in that weekend might not work out. Like, if we legitimately only have 4 out of 6 after opening every Dragonite we get, we will not have it this weekend. If we have 5 out of 6, then it's doable. Or if we have 6 out of 6, but just don't have the last little bit of Dragonite to get, you know, whatever else we need to craft. Because we might get some weapons. We're obviously going to need to do the troop at the end as well. Because that will take extra. Even if we have all the Gem Dragons, we might not have that last little bit of Dragonite we need to craft everything else we need for it. But we'll find out when we open them. Honestly, this is probably going to be one of the first things I do. Actually, the very first thing we'll do is start messing with the PvP mechanics. But then after like 10 minutes of that, we'll probably just open every last Celestial egg. Probably even less than that. We'll probably do like 1 or 2 PvP fights just to see it real quick. Go open all of our dragons. Then go use the dragons to go do the PvP fights. Because even if we don't get the 6-colored ones, we can still use the, you know, the other ones. It's not like they're unusable. They're just not as good as the main prize at the end. Well, I punched the elephant if you only get the dragon. If I only get one dragon, how would that even physically happen? The statistical odds of that happening after like 15 pools, or however many we have. Actually, how many do I have? I have like 9,000 Dragonite. What's that divided by 550? We have like over 9,000 divided by 550. I could open like 16. There's no way you pull the same one 16 times in a row when you have 6 options. The odds of that are just like lottery numbers. I might get Tyrion luck. What is Tyrion luck? Is that good or bad? Because he gets both ways. Wait, how many did he finish his Gem Dragon in? Oh, Tyrion took only 7 to 8? Really? Oh, wow. Yeah, I would love to get that lucky. We would actually have Dragonite left over at that point. Like over 1,000 left over if that was to happen. Even after buying every possible option. It could be like 2,000 something left over. The odds of it happening in real life is very low. The odds of it happening in Gems of War is yes. That sounds about right. I'll find out. But yeah, after we finish out this, I guess we'll peek at the patch notes a little bit. And read it into the patch itself. And I go peek at Steam. Yeah, the new achievements still haven't hit yet. They still haven't hit. Which is a good sign that the patch is pretty much here. Just keep peeking at the screen to see if it has more Steam achievements or not. There's no way they don't do it tonight, right? Like, it has to happen tonight. Otherwise, they're delaying everything a week. Like, everything. They'd have to delay, I believe, the holiday event. They'd have to delay the Kingdom coming out next week. So it should be out within the next half an hour. Will the longest PvP wins be removed? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Longest PvP wins. But as far as the PvP battles you've done so far this week, it might get reset. There's a good chance that will happen in favor of the new system. And kind of just wiping the whole old system in that sense. It'll be delayed until the start of Guild War. I don't think that would happen. Yeah, there's a lot of fun Chronos teams. I still haven't covered the video on them yet. I still need to. There's just quite a few fun teams to use with them. Though I do have to say, a lot of them feel a little bit too slow for me. Oh, longest streak PvP wins? Wait, does the game still track that? I thought they stopped tracking that already. Oh yeah, it does still have my longest streak of 1,691 or 94. I'm not sure if that's gonna get wiped. I assume it wouldn't. Also, how's my current win streak only 3? What happened? Probably because I run away and reset it sometimes. But, our longest win streak ever was 1,694 wins in a row. That was on a very different meta than what currently exists right now, though. Because on the current meta, you're never going to get away with that, I don't think. Unless you play it really safely. Like, if I go check PvP rankings right now, Yeah, not even close, not even close, not even close, not even close, not close, not close, not close. Yeah, not a single one. That was a little closer, but not that close. There's 3 losses. There's not a single one in top 100 with 0 losses right now. But yeah, that was back during a very different meta than what exists today. Like, even some of the really good ones, they still have 1 loss. There's not a single 0 loss on leaderboard right now. Every single one has at least 1. Not many. What am I looking for here? Faction. Let's go finish out this faction event. That was during a way different meta when the meta wasn't as annoying. So 1,000 something sounds impressive. But that was back when it was a bit easier to do. Not free, like it wasn't guaranteed. But it was way easier than in the current state of the game, I will say that much. It was way before every annoying infinite loop ever existed. Not that there wasn't annoying teams back then, it's just they were much further between. Like, you didn't see them every other fight. And even if you did, there was counterplay to them still. There wasn't just battles you would just auto-lose out of nowhere for no reason. That mechanic didn't exist yet back then. Yeah, that was back when we actually did PvP a lot. That's actually how we started our guild, too. I actually started my guild when we were rank 1 PvP. Like, when we were a rank 1 guild or in the ladder. You know, the standard PvP ladder for a week. That was actually the week that we ended up making our guild. And we were also the first guild to ever win first place in Guild War as well. Like, the very first ever Guild War. It was the only one we ever won. But we did indeed win it. Nonetheless. Then we started making a lot of second and third places, and eventually we just kind of fell off. Mostly because it was getting too annoying to keep managing everyone. So we just stopped bothering. Who did I recruit first? Of what? Of my guild? Oh, I don't remember. We were recruiting like 20 plus people at a time. It was back when we were still streaming on Twitch, back when we only streamed like for a month on Twitch. It was still way back then. That's how long ago it was. We've only streamed on Twitch for 1 month ever, and then moved to YouTube forever. For the last like 7 years, however long it's been. And during that 1 month was actually within the time that we made that guild. And we filled up our whole guild with our current chat at the time within like 10 minutes. So who was the absolute first? I don't even remember. Because we were kind of just getting everyone in at the time. Anyone who wanted in basically got in. As long as they could meet like at least a minimum requirement kind of thing. Alright, 2 more floors to go. And if we are getting the patch closer to 9, 15 more minutes to go. As soon as we go finish out Underworld, we'll go take a little peek at the patch notes. The 7.3 patch notes. I don't really think there's much to mention that hasn't already been said, but we'll skim through it. Just kind of overview it before we actually get to see the patch itself. Because the patch notes have been up since like Thursday. I never did a dedicated video on it just because it felt redundant to do after we covered like a 35-minute video on it. That basically covered the exact same stuff already. Have I tried Kronos with Bork? I believe I had one mech team for it. What else did you pair with it, though? It'd be Mech Hero, Bork, Kronos. What was your damage source? Because you would need Hero for the 50% mana start, Bork to do Bork things, Kronos to exist on the team, and then you would need 1/4 troop. I'm really curious to see if we do end up getting the new Celestial Dragon. It actually has absurdly good synergy with this new guy. Daughter of Time. Yeah, Bork, Kronos, and Daughter. I think I did that for one of the teams. I know for sure we ended up doing that triple combo at one point. I'm not sure if I went Bork specifically, but I went like Mass Man Accumulator, Daughter of Time, Kronos for one of the teams. They were messing with it mostly last Monday. And I meant to cover a video today, but at this point I'll cover it probably this Thursday or Friday. Because obviously the next videos we need to go cover all on 7.3. After that winds down a bit, we'll cover a Kronos team video. So we'll have 2 Mythic stats to cover, assuming we can get the other one. One's on the Celestial Dragon if we can get lucky enough to not get unlucky. And the other would be on Kronos before the end of the week, while the campaign's still going for him. Is Hero using Wand of Stars on that PvP team? What, with Kronos? You could. It would be a good anti-freeze option, but you would need a damage that isn't just Kronos. Kronos is pretty bad if you're using him as your only damage source. Like, he does damage, but it's not a lot. It's like if you're trying to kill a team with Truffle. Like, you can, but it's really slow compared to other options. Like, they'll eventually die, but it's not that quick. Plus, it's a liability if he dies. So you normally have to offset him with at least one other damage. One of the simpler ones is just like running a Gem Dragon or something. There's plenty of other ones that work too, like Mistralis, Iron Gut, you know, things that have like auto extra turn that can actually utilize the yellow. Work really well with it. Going down the Rope Dart route's also pretty fun with them. Because of how much extra turn yellow you have. Also, since he triggers on extra turn and not board extra turn, you can actually trigger him off of Rope Dart's extra turn to enchant off of him. Though running it with Emerald Tear has also been a lot of fun. Emerald Tear does more green based on how many enchants you have on your team. And even though you can't boost ratio from yourself, you of course enchants your entire team per extra turn. So you're getting that 3 boost ratio every time for 15, 16? I think it is 16. He does like an extra gem spawn or something. Which is not too bad at all. 16 green for 12 mana cost cast. And then you just feed it into something that can feed back to it. Alright, we'll finish up these 2 fights, see if we have enough, if we need to go do another 1 or 2. And then after that, we'll go check the patch notes. Because they've been up since Thursday, so let's go over them very briefly. And then hopefully by then, we should be in version 7.3. Fortunately, a bit hour later than expected, but should be up in like 12 minutes then. And that must be like a daylight savings kind of thing. It's the only thing I could think of why it's like an hour later. Or they're having troubles with the patch. They should pretty much guarantee be out tonight. Yeah, we still have 2 more codes we need to go hand out. We'll hand out the next one when we're actually physically in version 7.3. And then another one a little bit later. Maybe once we get the Celestial Dragon. Assuming we even get the Celestial Dragon. I sure hope we do. I went dry enough on the first one. I hope we actually get Ellen drop right or better this time. Moment of truth. Did we get enough points? It's not a horrible layout, so I feel like we would have. Yep, we did. It's not the best multiplier layout, but it's one of the better ones. That's to be kind of expected that we actually got enough there. Alright, so... Oh yeah, that reminds me. I actually need to go run the, what's it called, teams. For the 12 Chimes event thing. It's pretty straightforward. But I do need to go do that. But before we do, let's go over the patch notes real quick. So, what am I looking for? I'm looking for browser. Where's browser and all this mess? Web browser. Opens up nice little new web browser. Go to gemsofwar.com. Let's see. What am I looking for? I am looking for the patch notes. Do they have one on the patch notes section? What? They haven't updated it for... What? Wait, they already posted the 7.3 patch notes, but they didn't put it in the patch notes section of their website. That sounds like something they would do. They literally have the 7.3 patch notes right here. Interesting. But anyways, let's just start reading through it, I guess. Might as well. If you guys see any signs of 7.3, let me know. Otherwise, let's go read through the actual patch notes finally. So, the 7.3 update, Battlegrounds, PvP update. The PvP system has not had a major update since it was changed in 2.0, May 2016. Oh yeah, remember when I said it wasn't changed since we made our guild? This is what I was talking about. The last time they've made a major PvP rework was 2016, and they've been mentioning since then, like that they'll do it in like 2017, then 2018, then 2019, and then pandemic happened, and now it's all the way now. But yeah, that's how many days this pretty much is. 2,707 days ago, plus a week. So upwards of 2,700 days ago was when we last had a PvP update, specifically May 2016 apparently. Anyways, as Gems of War has evolved since then, we're giving the PvP system a big overhaul. Something we were supposed to get in like 2018, 2019, but they kind of waited a while, and then pandemic happened, and then they waited longer. 7.3 is the first part of this overhaul, and with expansions to the system planned for future updates, and in the video they said over the next year. The PvP world map. PvP now takes place on the new world map, which is now a third section. We have Crystara, we have Underworld, and now we have the world map section. When players tap the PvP button, they are taken to an alternative version of the world map. Oh, never mind, they're putting on the PvP button. The left three buttons change to PvP shop, ladders, alliances, replacing PvP, and games and guilds. The left side buttons, adventure, campaign, and events, have been replaced with PvP goals, and all other buttons on the world map remain the same. Players are able to return to the regular map menu by tapping the central button, similar to returning to the world map from Underworld. On the new PvP map, players will see 10 regions. This is where PvP takes place. More on that below. Also, why I mentioned, well, we need to cover like 10 teams every single week. I'm still not sure how I'm going to be doing this. If any of you guys have any suggestions for how we should cover these 10 teams, because if I cover 20 teams, you know, 10 for standard and 10 for making them cheaper variants, or even if we just cover like 2 for each, that's 20 teams. So I'm not sure. It's definitely going to have to be a different video. There's no way that's going to make it into the Monday cut video. We already covered like 1 billion teams in it. So it's definitely going to have to be a separate video. I'm still not sure how I'm going to be tackling it, if we're even going to cover a video for it every week or not, but we'll see. But anyways, on the new PvP map, because we don't always cover one for when Guild Wars happens, of course, but I don't know, maybe we will for this, we'll see. On the new PvP map, players will see 10 regions. This is where PvP takes place. More on that below after we explain VP, silver marks, and gold marks. Victory points. Players can earn victory points, known as VP, from PvP battles instead of PvP scores. This is basically the replacement for PvP score. VP will be used for 2 separate things. The first thing is VP will be a measure of your progress in a weekly PvP. PvP totals, as they accumulate week by week, will unlock things in the PvP shop. In future updates, we will introduce PvP seasons, and your VP will reset. Oh yeah, this was a mechanic they mentioned in the past that they were going to implement and never did, and now they still haven't, but they will soon. Even this patch isn't implementing it, but they're making direct mention of it again. This is something they mentioned way back. They were planning this update like already 8 years ago. Like since 2017, they've pretty much been planning the update we're getting today. It just never really got fully fleshed out. And your VP will reset. For now, we are treating version 7.3 as Season 0. It's the season you get when there's not really a season. All PvP battles have a base amount of VP based on a player's progress through the game, with bonus VP that can be earned from battles if players meet certain conditions. Bonus VP can be seen applying to base VP in the post-battle menu, alongside the battle MVP. A series of slide-ins will show the exact amount of bonus VP that you have earned from the battle. When you lose a defense battle, there is no loss of VP like there was in the old system. There may be a mode in the future where the VP can be lost, but in 7.3, with Quick Battle, the only mode available, there is no VP loss at this time. New currencies, gold marks and silver marks. They also mentioned there's going to be a third mark at some point, or, you know, some kind of third currency coming in here. But for now, we're going to have these 2. The first one, the PvP system contains 2 new currencies that can only be earned from PvP. The first is silver marks. You earn these as rewards from playing PvP battles every single day, as well as for completing other various simple objectives. Next, we have the gold marks, a slightly harder to obtain one. Though similarly, they both are used for very similar stuff, though, even though they are 2 different currencies. Yeah, there's still going to be a lot of leprechauns. That's not going to change. Also, on every pure color, you're going to see a billion books because it's going to be book versus book. You're going to see so many book mirrors. There are, though the team compositions are going to be a little bit different since you can't use other colors. Like if you're doing a yellow book, it has to be 4 yellow troops. You can't put like you can't use like a leprechaun. There are a little harder to obtain, the gold marks, and come from completing weekly goals. They can also be purchased in the PvP shop for actual money, which I think they had like a 15-day subscription thing. They had that for quite a few things. It's probably not worth buying these, like many of those kind of subscription thingies that they have. However, it is possible to. Both gold and silver marks can be spent in the PvP shop. See details of what is available below. Next, regions. There are 10 regions on the PvP roadmap. To play PvP, players simply select a region and then choose Quick Battle. This will allow them to choose one of 3 enemies, just like the old system. Players may also select a region and view info on their battles in that region. More features and modes will be added to the region menus in the future updates. The 10 regions are divided into 3 sections: center ring, inner ring, and outer ring. Central ring, 1 region. This is one, it lets you do any of them. Inner ring, these are all going to be based on color. So like, let's say red, blue, purple, you know what colors are. And then the outer ring are going to be based on troop types. And I think they're going to explain that in the next few. Each of these regions is related to 3 to 4 kingdoms that fall within its borders. Exactly how that affects gameplay is described below. Central Ring, Central Spire. This is available to all players. There are no restrictions here. It's literally how PvP is currently played. And playing PvP in the Central Spire is very much like playing PvP in the old system, and that's literally what I just said. Inner Ring. Teams are restricted by troop or weapon color. Oh, it can also be by troop. Interesting. Only players in Silver League and above may play here. Okay, so it's actually separated by league. I didn't know that. I didn't actually see that when I was skimming it earlier. And in the Outer Ring, teams are restricted by troop type or kingdom, and only players in the Gold League will be able to go and reach those. Team restrictions for inner and outer rings will change every week and are related to the kingdoms found within the region. Restrictions are displayed on the PvP world map, the region menu, and the pre-battle menu. So initially, I guess you have to work your way up in the central ring and then work your way to the outer rings. So initially, you're going to be playing normal PvP as if it hasn't changed at all. Then eventually, you'll get unlocked to a few other modes, and then eventually have all the modes unlocked. Interesting. And then that gets reset, every week or so? Team restrictions for the inner and outer rings will be changed every week, and are related to the kingdom found within that region. Restrictions are displayed on the PvP roadmap, the region menu, and the pre-battle menu. More information on leagues can be found below. Regional bonuses. In much of the same way that some kingdoms give bonus Smith Stones for Explore, PvP regions can give bonus Silver Marks for PvP. If a region has a Silver Mark bonus, then winning 5 PvP battles there will grant you some Silver Marks, and will move the bonus to a new region. And then you go to that new region, just keeps going from region to region. The base Silver Mark values are as follows. Central Ring, 10. Inner Ring, 15. Outer Ring, 20. Starting in Sapphire League, the amount of Silver Marks earned from a region bonus will increase by +1 up to +5 for Diamond League. The bonus will always remain within the regions you have unlocked. There are limitations to how many Silver Marks bonuses you can collect in a day, based on your league. These limits relax the higher you go. So for Bronze, it's 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Unlimited for Emerald League and beyond. There are 10 leagues. PvP goals. The old PvP weekly ranks have been replaced with a new system called PvP goals. PvP goals are a weekly series of VP milestones to work towards. So this is basically the current 1.9k that exists within the game. It's just you earn VP to get it, and the rewards are different. There are 20 ranks in the PvP goals, which is pretty much how it is now. I think there's like, 18, 19, 15 ranks, something around there. But actually, is there 20 now? It might actually still be 20 now. I think that's literally just the same system we have now, rebranded. And with different loot. But I'm pretty sure it's the... What on earth is my defend teams doing? What's going on here? One win, every other one. Lose. This looks like a Guild War week. Anyways, what am I looking for here? It's basically this rebranded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. But instead of 14, you have 20. And instead of junk, you actually get stuff that's not useless. Not that that isn't useless, but you know what I mean. You actually get like slightly better stuff. But it's basically just that rebranded, and you earn VP towards it instead of, you know, the current rank system. But otherwise, it's the exact same system. It's just being rebranded into this with different loot and everything else. There are 20 ranks in the PvP goals, up from the current 14, which each give a reward when they are reached. Both silver marks and gold marks can be earned each week through this method. PvP goals introduce 2 new timed boosters, gold boosters and soul boosters. Obviously, they do 15-minute for each. It is doubled, though, right? It doesn't actually say. I assume it's still doubled. Anyways. PvP goals. Also, thank you, Lester, for the 37 pesos and hot dog. Actually, I could go for a hot dog right now. Also, thank you everyone for tuning in. Over 100 concurrents. It hasn't been for a while. Definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream if you've been enjoying. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. And you know what? Let's go into another code. Might as well. For the 100 milestone. I think we've been at 100 for a little while, but here's a third code. We'll have another one in a little bit. And here you guys go. Enjoy. There's another code you use on gemswar.com and in the game code section. Your invite code is in the settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chat. And give same loot as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Also on Christmas night, not Christmas Eve, but Christmas night, we'll have a special one that has the 2019 Christmas pet in it. We're getting the 2023 one tomorrow in game, but we have the shelf on the elf to hand out on Christmas Day, or I should say Christmas night. Not to be confused with Christmas Eve, but the actual night of Christmas. Same time we always stream 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we do every day. Anyways, where were we? PvP goals can be viewed from the PvP goals button on the left. And to collect completed goals, a player must go into the PvP goals menu and select the collect button. So this is basically exactly what we have now, but you get 20 rewards and the rewards are better. And it might take a little bit longer to get those rewards, but you're getting more rewards for doing so. Though I'm not sure if it actually takes a longer amount of time. We'll have to see how the scaling works and everything. Who knows, it might be quicker. So, talismans. These are basically the same mechanic that exists in Underspire. That's all you need to know. They're literally the same system, except the perks are a little bit different. And they cost those marks, so you're probably never going to use them. Anyways, PvP ladder and leagues, just like in Underspire. So it's exactly the same mechanic. You just ignore it completely, and it doesn't exist. PvP ladders and leagues. There are 2 types of ladders in PvP. PvP leagues and global leaderboards. So this is actually interesting. So you're going to be categorized by 30 people, but also still have the global leaderboard like we have today. Like, you know, where you can make the top 100, top 10, top 5, top whatever they are, top 1,000. However, you can also make top 30 in this new system, which we'll probably explain a little bit down here. So, global leaderboard functions very similar to how the current leaderboard does, tracking the overall leaders, both VP now instead of the PvP score. PvP leagues are new and should give all players something to aim for every single week, not just the very top players. There are 10 PvP leagues: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, emerald, all those words. When 7.3 launches, players will be placed into a league based upon the path they are on. Oh, we're going to be on a really high league then. So, I didn't notice this earlier. So if you just started the game recently, you'll be in Adventure Path. If you're kind of in that mid-range, Guardian's Path. Then Champion's Path. Then Paragon's Path. Then pretty much almost everyone watching right here, 90% of you, Exalted Path if you're level 1001 or higher. So if you're currently level 1000, you might want to go get a level real quick. You'll get to that Emerald League. Also, how on earth is Emerald higher than Platinum? I guess it's doing based on metals first, and then it's based on gems. It's kind of weird it didn't start with Sapphire, then go like Emerald, Ruby, Diamonds, and then into, I don't know, something else. But it was starting with Emerald there. But it will be in the little gem over there. But yeah, everyone 1001 plus, going to be in the very competitive section. Each week, you will be given 29 other players from your league to compete against to compete against and ranked via your VP. In the rare case of a tie, the older account wins. What? Well, time to get a ton of wins. We have a really old account. How on earth do you tie in that, though? You know how easy it is just to get another win? That is such a weird way to break the tiebreaker, though. It's going to be broken by chronologically who made their account first. Which I guess is a big advantage for us, though. Realistically, when are you ever going to have a tie in PvP? When you can just do one more fight and, you know, go ahead of them. So I guess that's an absurdly rare circumstance. That is, like, absurdly rare. Which almost never happen. Unless everyone in your league is literally doing, like, 0 fights. Each league has a promotional zone. Finish in the promotional zone to go up 1 league. Kind of like how it works in Guild War, except the range is a bit bigger. I think it's like top 7 move up and bottom 7 go down or something. A little bit different than the top 2, bottom 2 kind of thing in Guild War. Each league has a demotion zone. If you finish in there, you will drop a league, unless you are in the bronze, which you can't drop anymore. Promotion zones get smaller as the leagues get higher. Never mind, it's not always 7 players. But on average, it's around 7 players. Demotion zones are vary too, but are more consistently around 7 players. So it's not always 7 players, but it's generally 7 players. But as you go up, the zones do get smaller. If you finish, so that means once you get to a really big zone, it'll be harder to not get knocked out of it. So if you get to like the absolute highest rank, it'll probably only be like bottom 5 move down. So as long as you're within the top, what is that, like 80 something percent, or sorry, as long as you're in the top, yeah, 80 something percent, then you'll end up staying or moving up. Or actually, you can't move up, but you know, you'd end up staying in the bracket instead of moving down. So it's more lenient the higher you go. So when you actually get to like the highest rank, you're not going to keep having to worry about getting demoted every week. Though it could still happen, of course. If you finish in the top 3 players in your league, you win some gold marks with more marks available in the higher leagues. You will not drop down a league if you do not play for an entire weekly event. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's a really interesting mechanic. I did not know this one. So if I understand this correctly, if you play literally 0 PvP fights an entire week, like you're just tired of PvP and you don't want to do it, you don't have to worry about your rank tanking over and over and over again. If you get to the max rank and then decide you don't want to play PvP for an entire month, though keep in mind Guild War might count as PvP, but if you decide other than Guild War week that you want to not play any PvP, you can, and your rank will not go down. Oh, that's really interesting. So that's a, if you don't want to play PvP kind of system, but you still want to at some point in the future, if you ignore an entire week, your rank will not go down, is what I'm understanding from this sentence here. You will not drop down a league if you do not play for an entire weekly event. So if you do literally 0 PvP in a week, but it has to be 0. If you do even 1 fight, that will ruin it. But if you do absolutely 0 PvP in a week, you will not go down a rank, is what I understand from that sentence. It's important to note that these groups of players in leagues are not symmetrical. Just because a player is in your group of 30 does not imply you will automatically be in their group of 30. Oh, wait, that's interesting. So you're not actually competing in the same group of 30. The 30 you have is different than the 30 they have. So the person who's rank 1 in your 30 might not actually even be in you might not even be in their list of 30. It's a complete random 30. Oh, that's interesting. So you're not actually directly competing with them in a sense. That's a bit weird, but I don't know. Is that more balanced, less balanced? I'm not really sure. But every individual person has a random 30, meaning it's very unlikely you're actually directly competing with any of those other 30. Like you don't, like the person that you're competing with, they don't even know that you're competing with them in a sense. Well, I guess that kind of, you know what? I guess that's kind of good in a sense, because then you're not going to like overdo it in a sense. Because let's say in my group of 30, I need to get like, oh no, 10,000 VP to win first. Obviously, it's probably gonna be way higher than that. But let's just say like 10,000, for example. And I'm like, I only need to get to that threshold. But someone else who's trying to get past me in a different set of their 30 would not pass me by getting it. So if I get to 10,000 and I'm first in my bracket and someone else is in as me in their 30 and needs to get over that 10,000, let's say 11,000 because that's obviously higher, them getting 11,000 does not stop my 10,000 from being first place. That's kind of interesting because my 30 is not the same as their 30. So while they would still have to compete with my score, I don't have to compete with their score. I would still have to compete with the other 30, or you know, everyone would with the other 29, I mean. But you going for the highest rank doesn't automatically like kick out everyone else from that highest rank. That's kind of interesting. Anyways, while we are seeding people into leagues in the early days of the system, you may find that some players in your group of 30 are actually in a different league to you. This is expected and should resolve after some time has passed, as the system needs to actually get set up. I'm pretty sure it will take until like late January before that's like fully functioning correctly. But it's mostly because it needs data to actually function. And obviously we'll have no data initially, other than whatever they did in the beta. So basically there's no data. Because I'm pretty sure they got very, very small beta data. Anyways, PvP shop. I need a drink. Wait, I'm talking too much. Also, has anyone gotten the update yet? Has anyone? Oh, wait, is there update? The update is there? Wait, is there an update now? Hold up. Is it update time? Should we stop reading? Okay, everything else not that relevant. Anyways, let's go. There's also pets or some other things. Let's go do the update. Also, there's cosmic dragons and terror effect. But anyways, is it actually up? Hold up. Is the patch patching? That makes sense. It is 9 o'clock. All right, let me go see if the patch is patched. One moment. One moment. Has the patch patched? I'm not seeing the patch patching. I'm seeing a distinct lack of patch patching. Let me see if I can try to manually override the patch. Has anyone seen the patch on Steam? Let's see. There isn't an update? Oh, wait. Why does that one comment look like it was update then? Well, let's keep reading. I'm still double checking just in case. Let's see. Yep, no patch. The patch is not patched. Okay, well, back to reading the patch notes. The patch is not patched. False alarm. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Oh, what if we don't get it tonight? What happens if they don't? We've never had a Wednesday. Hey, tribute trading. Well, if nothing else, we got tribute out of it. Nice. Anyways, where were we? Let's keep reading. Alright, back to where we were. Let's see. Talismans. We already read that. We read that. We read that. PvP shop. Anyways, the PvP shop is a new style of shop for PvP with 5 different tabs. A home tab. This is where you start. It will always highlight one of the main PvP offers. The premium tab. Players can purchase offers with real money in transactions. The talismans tab. This will never be used ever. The pets tab. Spend marks to purchase PvP pets. Only 4 pets will be available each week, along with an orb of minions. Which I guess is a good way to spend all your spare actually, that might be a good conversion rate. If you have a ton of spares and already have all the pets max, you start putting into orbs of minions. I wonder how much that costs. I don't think we saw it in the preview video. It doesn't say here what its actual cost is until we get into the patch itself. The others tab. Spend gold marks to purchase some rarer resources, including a random book of deeds. Oh. Oh. That's big. Wait, that wasn't there earlier. Wait, why didn't they show this in the video? That's absurdly relevant. Wait. Why wasn't that in the video? You know how relevant that is? A random book of deeds? Obviously, by random, it means 1 to 6 colors. But a book of deeds that you can just get outright? That's interesting. What color you get, you don't get to choose, but a book of deeds is a book of deeds. Players can view their... Though that is gold mark locked, not silver. Players can view their current VP and marks in the top right corner of the PvP menu. Many offers in the PvP shop and VP requirements. The better the reward, the more VP will be required to have access to it. Note that the VP is not spent upon purchasing the office. I think you mean offer. Your VP total simply unlocks it. Wait, what? Note that the... Wait, you mean it's not spent? Wait, I'm confused by that now. Wait, players can view their current VP and marks in the top right corner of the PvP shop menu. Many offers in the PvP shop have VP requirements, so you need a certain VP amount before you can unlock it. The better the reward, the more VP will be required to access it. Note that the VP is not spent upon purchasing. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, let's say like for example, you need like 10,000 VP to offer to get an offer to an offer. But it doesn't consume your VP when you go for the offer. Because it's not VP that you're spending, it's the marks that you're spending. Yeah, that makes sense. They worded that weirdly. Especially with the word office. But, when they mean offer. But basically, you just need like a certain VP threshold before you can do a certain offer. Like, let's say the deed book might be locked behind, like, 20,000 VP. But it doesn't consume any VP. It consumes the marks when you go for it. Anyways. Some offers, like the Gold Mark Pack or Pets, have limitations for how many times they can be purchased within a time frame. For example, the Gold Mark Pack can be purchased only once per day. The Pet Pack can be purchased only once per week. PvP Pets. PvP pets are new pets whose bonuses only apply to teams within a defined region. Each region currently has 2 possible PvP pets. We will add more PvP pets in future updates. Miscellaneous PvP changes. There have been some other changes to PvP. Is this word spelled correctly? This is either spelled incorrectly or I'm very confused what this word is. Necessitated? Necessitated. Necessitated. Ah, necessitated. I see. It's a weird word. There have been some, I'm not sure after they said office instead of offer, but there have been some other changes to PvP necessitated by the new design. Okay, that's a weird word. I'm just fumbling. The other one was a legit mistake earlier. Let's see. Wait, is that spelled correctly? I think that's spelled correct. How do you spell necessitated? I forget off the top of my head. But anyways, they are listed below. Ranked PvP has been renamed to Quick Battle, with casual PvP being completely removed. Players no longer, which basically means the old PvP system is the casual PvP now in a sense. Players no longer define a PvP defense team. This has been completely removed. The team you attack with will be the team that others face, which is something we already knew. And be interesting because that means you won't see 4x firebomb and stuff like that, but you also won't see the super annoying meta. Like, no one will be able to set stuff that's, like, absurd, because it's also going to be what they're using. And the way that you use it offensively is not the same way you would set it defensively. So it should make the average team weaker, but it will make the weaker teams stronger and the stronger teams weaker. Like, it basically equalizes out all teams, essentially. Where you're not going to have any ultra easy fights, but your hardest fights will be easier than they are now. So it'll be a big equalizer on that. PvP revenge battles have been removed because, it doesn't really fit in a new system. We have made improvements to matchmaking, which take a higher team score into account. Oh, interesting. Actually, interesting, because that number is getting pretty high these days. We will be monitoring this, and we'll make adjustments on this on the server after 7.3 releases. Could you actually release it first, please? I would like to play it tonight. The old PvP system gave some glory every day for logging in based on your rank. This was implemented at a time when there were far fewer ways to obtain glory. Actually, there were literally 0 other ways to obtain glory when it was first implemented. When glory per day was first implemented, it was the only way to get glory in the game. Like, there was no other alternative. It literally was the daily amount. This has now been changed so that you will receive silver marks every day instead, based upon the league that you're currently in. From 1 per day in bronze up to 10 per diamond. So you can get up to 10 per day from that. With all the PvP changes in the 7.3 update, we will be currently delaying the next Guild Wars. This will allow us to make sure that the new changes have not caused issues in Guild Wars. Spoiler alert, it will. The amount of bugs that will be in next Guild War, even with a delay, is incomprehensible to count. You'll definitely need more than 2 hands. Anyways, next effect, Terror. So, we have added a new status effect, Terror. Troops affected by Terror have a 10% chance at the start of each turn to move down 1 spot in their team. This is resolved from bottom-most troop to the troop in first position. So it actually goes in inverse order of how most effects work. So most things in the game trigger from top left to bottom and then top right to bottom. However, this is actually going to trigger from inverse order for once, starting from bottom right and working your way up, which is the first effect ever of its kind to take place in this order. If a troop is already in last position when the terror triggers, they will run away from the battle. Otherwise, they will end up moving 1 spot downwards. But it takes place from the furthest back and works from there. Terror has a chance to cleanse at the start of each turn, similar to every other effect. And troops with impervious or invulnerable traits are immune to Terror. Also, one other thing not mentioned here, but anything that does every single negative effect in the game will also apply Terror. Or if they do a random effect, they will also start applying Terror as of next patch. For example, this includes Essence of Evil, Trick and Treat, as well as anything that randomly does like a random effect, like Magnus or whatever that one was called, that one brown-purple from Darkstone. So anything that has a random negative effect or does every single negative effect as of next patch will also apply Terror, or have a chance of applying Terror if it does one random one. New spells and traits based on Terror will be coming as part of an upcoming Kingdom release. However, if you want to use it immediately, use like Essence of Evil or something. Cosmic Dragons. So these are new dragons that we're going to be opening pretty much as soon as the patch comes out, as long as we can make sure that they're working properly. We've added a new set of Cosmic Dragons. And their weapons. So basically the exact same way that Gem Dragons work, except they cost slightly more. I think they're like 10% higher in cost, which isn't that much, but still higher. And their weapons to the Soul Forge for crafting using Dragonite. Like the Gem Dragons, there is a Cosmic Egg that will be randomly give 1 of 6 possible colored dragons. There are also 2 legendary weapons, 1 mythic weapon, so the exact same as Gem Dragons, except they're slightly more expensive. And a new Prismatic Dragon, which can only be obtained by crafting it in the Soul Forge. Well, all of those are only obtainable in the Soul Forge. Literally all of that. These new dragons cost a little more than the Gem Dragon counterparts, but they are a little tougher as well. Cosmic Dragons will only be encountered in Soul Forge for now, but will appear as potential battles for dungeons and Underspire in future updates. Oh, okay, so they are adding them to other pieces of content. That's cool. Nice. We're getting 2 new achievements. The first one of which is Up All Night to get VP, which is earn 1000 VP in a season. I'm not sure why it's named that, because I believe in the new system, 1000 VP takes less than an hour. So, well, I guess if this update takes any longer, we will be up all night trying to do this. So I guess that is true. However, this should take like 30 minutes, not even. Like, this should be really quick. Because I believe VP is actually earned a little quicker than how you earn the current PvP points. So this should take like half an hour tops. Or somewhere around there. Anyways, ranks for the memories. Earn all 20 ranks in the weekly PvP goals. So you'll easily get this from doing this. This is what I was mentioning. If you do this, you'll get both of them done. To do 20 ranks, we don't know how much VP that will be, but it's probably around a couple thousand. We don't know the exact number. We saw it go over a little bit over 1,000 during the video, which is already over this achievement. However, if I had to guess, it's probably like 5,000 VP you'll end up needing. Though I don't think we currently know what number this is. But it's likely nothing too insane. You could probably do it within a few hours, and you have all week to do it every single week. In the current state of the game, this actually takes less than an hour to get max VP. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take in a new system. We just kind of have to wait and see, because I don't know what numbers we have. I don't know what rates we can get per hour. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. But I assume this won't take longer than a few hours over the course of a week, and it might even take less than an hour like it currently does right now, as the system that's replacing also takes less than an hour. We have also made some changes to previous achievements that were related to the old PvP system. These include the Gladiator, which is just reach rank 5 in weekly PvP goals, and then Reaver 10, Champion 15, and then Defender win a PvP defense battle. So those were reworked to what? Just something else? Just something else. It doesn't actually say. General changes. We've added 2 more heroic gems, which will be added in the future, and bug fixes. Apparently spelling isn't one of them. We saw the office instead of offer, and we have a double P players going on here. Campaign tasks were not counting towards the hard Taskmaster achievement. Players without 2 Ps, not to be confused with player with 1 P. On iOS, we're seeing an error message when they try to collect rewards from the Guardian chest. Glory being earned from battles other than PvP was not counting toward. That was considered a glitch, really? Interesting. The green exclamation point icon would only appear for the first initial mail in a play session, and wasn't notifying players when they got additional mail. Oh, actually, I would prefer it to stay that way. Could you add that glitch back in? So it would stop blinking every 5 seconds. And we have fixed an assortment of smaller issues. I didn't even realize this was a bug. I was actually kind of enjoying that not happening. But now they fixed it, and now it's going to be annoying again. Anyways, speaking of mail, I think we have a redeem code in here. Oh yeah, we handed out 3 redeem codes so far this stream. We need to hand out more at some point. If the patch ever gets here. Oh yeah, we've almost exhausted everything we can do. Is there still no patch up yet? Is there really no patch up yet? Are we just streaming all night? What does the forum say about all this? We almost should be getting, like, guarantee a patch tonight. Do we just wait it out? Do we just stream all night until it happens? Is that one achievement going to be correct? Not because it's actually going to take us that long to do, but because it's going to take that long for the patch to propagate. Anyways, we still have other things to do. Let's go do the Chimes event thingy. I only have like 6 fights to go do, but it shouldn't take that long. Let's go do them real quick. So long as the update doesn't mess with the Vault Weekend, it shouldn't at all. The way that you currently do Vault Weekend is still the same. Like, that hasn't changed at all from the changes they were making. It should be completely unaffected. You couldn't find any information on the forums? Interesting. I don't know. What if we're just not getting a patch this week? That'd be weird, though, because that would delay everything by a week. Which seems kind of impossible with how late into the season we are. I'll catch you later, Kate Collier. Thanks for stopping by. You're going to sleep already, yeah. We will probably wait it out a little bit longer, though. If we go like another hour and a half and it hasn't yet. Oh, so I still have an EXP booster. I should probably use it. The only problem is if we're using it like midway through and the patch comes out, that'd be kind of awkward. I was going to use it while we were doing PvP. I just realized we're up against a Kronos team, but it wasn't a good Kronos team. I have no clue what that team was. It had Kronos on it, but I wouldn't really call it a proper Kronos team. I know, where's Isabel's birthday patch? They only have 3 hours left to get it out before the end of Isabel's birthday. Oh, so hello, Shadow. Welcome, welcome. If anyone else has any other questions, anyone want me to go over to, let me know. We need to find some other way to stall until the patch comes out. Quick. Need more things. What if it propagates at reset time? That never happens. I don't think they would ever want to do that, because that would cause a lot of bugs. Normally, it's always slightly before a reset time. They would never do it directly due to the number of increased bugs they would have. There's already been tons of them in the past. Some of which infinite resource related. I mean, not infinite, but like gaining more resource related. So they're really cautious not to do a patch right at a reset or near a reset. Oh yeah, I have another EXP booster over there. So I actually have 2 EXP boosters I could use right now. Which at this rate, we might be. When is the patch? I have no clue at this point. This is the latest it's ever been. And I don't see any reason why it won't be tonight. Like, everything was aligning for it to be perfectly tonight. How is the patch? The patch is pretty good. We just went over the whole patch notes. Why is the patch? Okay. So we did that, I think we finished every daily that isn't EXP boosters. So you know what that means. I think it's time to go do EXP boosters. Who is the patch? Alright, let's go run 1 for now. I'll go run, I guess, just quill Dust Devil for now. I'm gonna do it in Wild Plains. Alright, we'll go here. If anyone sees a random patch appear, let me know. But until then, I guess we'll start running our EXP boosters a bit. We'll be running with Quick Kill Dust Devil. With the good old triple Iron Hawk. I'm just doing the battle once so we can set it as our team. And now we go use the booster and go get some EXP. Actually, we should probably gain a level from this too. And there we go. I'm not going to put up a timer for it. Mostly because I forgot to go pick up the timer. I literally, my finger clicked the button to start the timer. But because I don't have the timer open, it didn't do anything. My finger just naturally clicked the start timer button. But because I don't have it open, it did literally nothing. Because I have a hotkey set to it, but obviously if it's not open, it doesn't do anything for it. That's fine. We can kind of guesstimate when 15 minutes is. Regardless, the second the patch hits, we're stopping this booster and going to the patch. 2024 Mythic tier list video. We just covered one this year. So it might be a little while before we do again. In the very short term, we're definitely going to be covering a lot of PvP team videos, that's for sure. There's just going to be a lot of things to cover in a new format, especially because this is a little bit different, even though some restrictions seem the same. Like, for example, use a yellow team. The way that you're going to be doing is quite a bit different than how you built yellow teams in the past. Because the way that you build a yellow team for Tower of Doom or Guild Wars is way different than how you're going to build a yellow team when you're up against another yellow team. We've never really had a situation like this before. Because every other mode that's color restricted is not like that. Underworld's not like that because you have 2 colors. Tower of Doom is probably the most like it, but you still build your team quite a bit differently because the kind of teams you're up against. Guild War kind of seems like it's like it, but it's somewhat not because the enemy team that you're up against is hard countering you rather than you both being a pure color team. So there's a bit of a different dynamic than that. Though I guess it is most similar to Guild War. Like, you can still get away with just copy-pasting your yellow Guild War team against a yellow team and you'll be fine. But you would probably want to make some adjustments to it. Also, one other thing that will open up is, I kind of already mentioned it, but you're actually going to be able to use weapons that are normally get used against you. For example, the books are notorious for only being defend-based weapons. But now you can use them offensively just as effectively. You can book the enemy team, because they're going to be... If you have red book and they're all red, because they're forced to be all red, yeah, you just get their book... You get your book up before they get their book up, and you win. It's over. Like, you literally auto-win the second you cast your book. There's probably going to be a lot of book mirrors, but there's also other counters, like Grey King. Grey King will be the strongest it's ever been in the history of the game, covering 3 of the colors, brown, purple, and blue. And you can get a mass disable, you can get silence, you get, what else does it do? I believe it does silence, mana drain, and freeze. I always keep thinking it's stun, but I don't think it has stun. You can easily put onto your team. Yeah, unfortunately, we will see a spike in book usage. There's going to be a lot of books. Like a lot of books. Like you saw a lot of books in Guild War. You haven't seen anything yet. Like I wouldn't be surprised if 70% of fights are book. It's going to be kind of hard to empower the book though. Because you're not going to be able to use double empower book. That's literally impossible to do. Well, I shouldn't say impossible. Depending on your coloration, you'll be able to. Like, for example, on green and purple, you'll be able to leprechaun into a book. Particularly on green day, where you have the extra green as well. But you won't be able to, like, you know, double empower with completely different colored troops into your book. Like, you won't be able to use, like, a red, blue empower to feed you purple or something. Because you're not allowed to use the red, blue on a purple day. Which is something you can do for a Guild War defend, but you can't do it for a offense, like, purple team. You don't have any of the books, you'll still be fine without any of the books. Especially in the lower brackets. Only the super high brackets will be books everywhere, I'm pretty sure. A lot of the lower brackets shouldn't have books. And even if you do have a lot of books, just kill the book. If you kill the book before they cast, they lose. Because most book teams are built entirely around book. So if you kill book, you win. But yeah, I'm not sure where this patch is. Is this actually the long... If we are still getting the patch today... Oh, so hello, Tangy! Welcome, welcome. If we are indeed still getting the patch today, this is the longest I have ever seen them delay it. Which is kind of unfortunate. But thank you, everyone, for stopping by. It is greatly appreciated. Nice to see a lot of new faces as well. Which I'm pretty sure most of you guys have just been lurking or watching the videos and everything, just not chatting in chat. Also, hello, everyone who hasn't said hello in chat, by the way, as well, who are still watching. Thanks for stopping by. It's nice to see a bunch of new faces, which I'm pretty sure you guys have always been here. It's just not necessarily chatting all the time. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we get patched soon. Otherwise, we might have a round 2 of this. Oh no, we really should be getting in like the next half an hour or so. If we don't get it by 10:30, I might just have to end the stream. There's no way it's going to be delayed that much. It might be like a whole day delayed at this rate, though. Like, they have to get it out this week. Like, it's not a question of if. Like, they have to get it out this week. They can't really delay it any longer than they already have. Otherwise, it moves everything that they have planned by a whole nother week on top of the week it was already delayed. Did you even get our hellos? Yeah, I did all the hellos earlier. I already said hello to you, Lester, earlier. We did a bunch of hellos early on. But I might have missed a ton because so many people are saying hello during the stream. Yeah, it might not be coming till tomorrow. I might actually think that at this point. It might happen. It's very rare that we get a Wednesday patch. So rare that I think it's only happened like 2 or 3 other times. But, yeah, it might be just Wednesday patch instead of a Tuesday one. I don't know. We'll give it like another half an hour. And if we don't get it tonight, well, tune in tomorrow for round 2. But hopefully we get it tonight. Worst comes to worst, I do have 2 XP boosters to go run right now, so guess we'll run those real quick. That'll bring us to the end of the hour. Go for a little bit longer, and if it's still not there, then, oh, tomorrow night for the actual 7.3, I guess. Well, and I'm still holding out hope. Though this would be one of the latest they've ever released a patch, so if there are rumors or even them mentioning that it's happening tomorrow, it probably is at this point. Because it'd be one of the latest we've ever gotten the patch. Not the latest, though. I think we've had it as late as like 10:30 before. So it wouldn't be the absolute latest we've ever seen, but we'll find out. There's an event for tomorrow on its iOS. Interesting. Yeah, it might end up being tomorrow then. You have no idea if it is, though. Oh, no. We'll just have to wait it out. If we don't see one in the next hour, then we know, yeah, it's probably tomorrow. It has to be this week, though. Like, it's physically impossible for it not to be this week. But we'll just have to do a round 2 tomorrow night. And hopefully it'll actually come out at like 8 or 8:30 or so tomorrow night if it does. Like, early on in the stream. Also, we get the 2023 Christmas pet tomorrow in game. Definitely make sure to claim it. You'll be able to get it in, what is that, like 4.5 hours from now? Or sorry, 5.5 hours from now. And you'll be able to get it all day tomorrow. Definitely make sure to do so, as they very rarely come back to the game. They do eventually rotate back around, but they're not always free. But definitely make sure to get it. Just another cosmetic pet for the pile. But I'll have to if we don't end up getting it tonight, at least we finally read through the whole patch notes. So I could rename the stream to Reading Patch Notes and put a timestamp. The 7.3 hype stream. But yeah, if we don't get it within the next hour, it's definitely tomorrow night. But I'm holding out till 10:30 tonight, which is another hour from now. If we don't get it by then yeah, it's tomorrow. And if we do somehow get it literally the second I click end stream, then, oh gosh. I highly doubt that would happen. But that would be our luck. Like, I'll click the end stream button, and 10 minutes later, we'll get the patch. And honestly, it'll be so late by then, I'll probably just wait till the following day anyways. Yes, the 7.3 pre-show. Welcome to the 7.3 pre-show. Technically, every stream that we ever do for a patch is the patch pre-show, in the sense, because the patch normally isn't up until at least like 10, 20 minutes into the stream. Like, even if it does come out tomorrow, we could still have to wait like 15 plus minutes before the patch is actually out. Imagine if they disabled extra turn looping in PvP. That would be an interesting mechanic. I would almost want to see a mode like that, to be honest. A mode where it's impossible to get extra turn. Like, literally every mechanic in the entire game that gives you extra turn doesn't give you extra turn. Because the playstyle would change so much if they had a game mode where extra turns do not exist. Hourglass gems don't work, extra turn on ability doesn't work, 4 times, 5 times doesn't work. 5 times would probably still give you extra mana, though. But it wouldn't give you extra turn. So 4 times would basically do nothing but give you gold. 3 would just be the normal 3 it'd always be. But I don't know, I would actually love to see that, to be honest. A Gems of War game mode where extra turns don't exist. Off of anything. Because the playstyle would change so much. Like, so many more troops would be viable that aren't currently. If you had to give up your turn every single time. And your enemy also had to give up their turn every single time. Because that's the other interesting thing, too. That'd be a cool PvP mode to have. I wonder if that's going to be one of, like, the alternative thingies. If they ever do any. Because I personally feel like that'd be a lot of fun. Because you can never get infinite looped on. Like, yes, you also can't infinite loop the enemy. But given that you have first turn advantage, you're going to have a substantial advantage. If you... Like, even with no extra turns. Like, a no extra turn fight and you always get first turn. That is such a heavy advantage. On every fight. Because you still can, you know, insta Leprechaun and stuff like that. Oh yeah, we did get a verse there. Unfortunately, it's not the one I need, so I didn't really react to it. It's the one I literally have the most copies of. So it barely faced me. But yeah, we did get a verse. They are farmable outside of Vault Weekends. We do have a Vault Weekend this weekend. And you can farm them when it's not Vault Weekend. It just takes a lot longer. Like, we're talking like almost an hour per verse. Whereas you can get several per hour, you know, during a Palooza. or during a Vault weekend. And don't forget, this weekend is Vault weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all Vault weekends. How many Dragonite do I have? About 9,000. Slightly over 9,000. But yeah, about 9,000. We actually got a perfect dungeon today too. That's another 120 for the pile. And also, if the patch does get delayed to tomorrow, that's another day to potentially get a perfect dungeon, as well as to buy some more dungeon or some more Dragonite from the dungeon shop. Yep, it's over 9,000. Barely though. I forget the exact number, but I want to finish up this XP booster first. Then I'll go check the exact number. Actually, I say that. I can actually check it pretty quickly with the new menu. You know what? Let's go peek at it real quick. We got 2 minutes left. We have 8,733. So I lied. It's actually not over 9,000. It's almost over 9,000 though. We're going to be slightly under 9,000. Even if we get a perfect tomorrow, it actually still won't be over 9,000. So we're close, but not quite there. Can you send me some Dragonite? We can make it there. That's not Dragonite. Not really sure if I even want to buy red deeds. I'm running so low on gems. I need more gems. We just did like all last weekend trying to get more gems. I kind of want to save it for Dragonite rather than deeds, if I can help it. Yeah, we got 2 minutes left on our booster, as we saw there. Also, I didn't see it mentioned anywhere, which is going to be kind of annoying. I don't think the new XP boosters, or, you know, the new boosters, not XP boosters, but I don't think the new gold and soul boosters are usable like Paloozas. That's one change I really, really, really hope they consider in 7.4. Because I don't think it's coming in 7.3. Because gold, soul, and XP boosters seem like they will activate the second you claim them, rather than being stackable infinitely in your, you know, in your inventory. Kind of like how Paloozas are, where you can save them and then use them at a later point. I really hope they consider changing that, because those gold and XP boosters are going to be very pointless if the second you click claim all, they all activate. And you're going to want to do that initially because you need all those stars. You need all those silver and gold stars you're going to get. And then you're going to be stuck for like half an hour having to both gold farm and XP farm at the same time, which is the annoying part, because there's no team that viably does both. You could use a soul farming team that gains like a slightly okay amount of gold, but you can't get optimal gold rate while also getting optimal soul rate. It's physically impossible, as the teams you need are drastically different from each other. And even if you use overlap, it'll make it slightly slower in one regard compared to the other. Getting more gold would sacrifice souls, getting more souls would sacrifice gold. Will the dragons come with the patch? Yes. They cost 550 Dragonite each to get a random 1 to the 6, and they work exactly like how gem dragons do. Like literally the same way, except everything's slightly more expensive by like 10% more or so. It's literally the same system as the gem dragons. There are 6 in a super RNG drop table. Then with those 6, you craft 3 different weapons, and with that final weapon, you craft the 6-color dragon. Exact same way that Diamantina works, except that I think it's about 10% more expensive as far as how much Dragonite you need. But otherwise, it's the exact identical system, just with different dragons. Oh, something good from Angel? Come on. No. I'll take the Genie Lamp, I guess. I'll need it for the new faction coming 2 Fridays from now. But yeah, next week's Friday, I believe we have a faction event for the New Kingdom. It's either that week or the week after, I don't remember. It's also subject to change, of course. But not this week's Friday, but next week's Friday, or that Friday after. Like, one of the Fridays before the end this year should be the faction event. So we'll need some of those to actually upgrade it. Hey, Chris Crinkle does that. Oh yeah, remember when everyone got banned last Christmas? When we streamed on Christmas last year, I couldn't even stream Gems of War, because we were banned until like 11 p.m. that night. Though the way that the ban fell, I actually was not banned for... I didn't miss any daily, because I was banned in a very weird 26 hours. That somehow didn't make me miss a single day, due to how it fell. Which seems weird, given that it lasted 26 hours, but because the exact way that the 26 hours landed, we didn't actually miss a single daily, despite being banned for over 26 hours. Because it was right at the end of one day and then like right at the beginning of the other, or right near the end of the other, so it worked out. Had to do everything at like 1 a.m. at the morning, but it worked out. Though it meant for the stream. Because yeah, that happened last Christmas stream. Like we literally couldn't play Gems of War because we were banned until like almost midnight that night. And it was due to Chris Crinkle. It was mostly due to the map gain, I believe, on Chris Crinkle. Not sure if they ever officially said it was that, but I'm pretty sure it is. Because they probably have a lot of bot detection and hack protection for maps. Because it's probably one of the more hacked locations in the game. So they have a lot of sensitivity on it. And people were getting maps at a way higher rate than was ever possible due to Chris Crinkle. And everyone was getting false banned because of it. Because the rate at which people were earning maps was impossible prior to Chris Crinkle. Hello, Jose. Yeah, it seems like we're not getting the update tonight. Word on the street is that's coming tomorrow night. But I'm still holding out hope. Though I'm starting to stop holding out hope. I'm currently using 2 XP boosters while we're waiting. But, honestly, if we go through the next XP booster and it hasn't happened yet, I think we might call it there. I just have a feeling the second we click stop recording, the update will literally hit. But, I don't know. We'll go like another half-ish hour or so. And if we don't get it, I think it is true that's tomorrow night. According to the Apple Store, the patch is scheduled for 7 p.m. tomorrow EST. That sounds about right. Oh, 7 p.m. Interesting. Well, I'm still going to run the other XP booster. Hold out hope. No, I just still want to run, just to run it. Might as well. If I run it today, I don't have to run it tomorrow. So we're going to run it right now. All right, 15 minutes on the clock. And if we have no update after 15 minutes, yeah, we'll call it till tomorrow. Oh gosh, I just stretched out my my robe. I just got a new one too. I need to not break this one. I literally just got a set of 2 new robes because the other one broke down too much from like years of wearing it. As you may notice, I always wear like a black robe. So I'm not sure if any of you noticed, but I actually switched it out like a couple months ago and never even mentioned it. I bought 2 new ones. And I'm already starting to rip this one. And I haven't even had it for a year yet. Luckily I have another one as backup. You didn't get banned, but you also didn't use the Chris Crinkle trip? Yeah, that's why. Like, almost everyone who used them, even, like, for a single battle, ended up getting banned. It was insane. You thought it was a blue robe all these years? Oh, no, it's been a black one. Pure black. Might just look blue sometimes, depending on what shirt I'm wearing. In comparison to it. Yeah, if anyone has anything else you want me to go over, let me know. If you have any pre-7.3 questions or anything. Otherwise, I guess this was the 7.3 hype stream. And then tomorrow we'll have the actual 7.3 update stream. I'll need to fix the thumbnail later. Yeah, this was the official 7.3 hype stream. And then tomorrow we'll have the actual thing. Hopefully, it better not get delayed again. What's in the box? No. We already got demonetized for the first time in a year last Sunday. We probably get demonetized again if we say what's in the box. You thought it was a bathrobe? I'm not sure what kind of robe it even is. I just know it's very soft and I like wearing it. It's very cozy. Especially during winter. Because gosh, it's been getting cold lately. Even in here, where it normally doesn't get too cold. I wouldn't be surprised if I see snow for the first time in a decade in my area. Because it's been getting pretty cold. It's currently 37 degrees Fahrenheit outside. 5 degrees lower and it could technically snow. It's probably not going to. But we're nearly at freezing point. Which generally doesn't really happen that often around this area. The last time I've seen snow in this area was when I was coming back from marching band. one year. I was still even in the outfit because we actually brought them back for one, something we don't normally do or allowed to do, but we had to because when the tournament took place on the Saturday, because we were doing both the football shows when when the high school ended up getting to state. Like, we ended up having that, but then the following day we also had to go to a competition. So first we had state football that we had to play for, and then we had a state marching band thing we had to do. So we had to actually bring the outfit back with us. And I distinctly remember that was the last time it snowed. And honestly, it felt kind of nice because the outfit is so absurdly warm. So the snow actually felt pretty nice. Like, it wasn't even cold and it was snowing. It's such a warm suit. But, yeah, that would have been, I want to say, 8th grade. So I would have been 15. So that means the last time I've seen snow in this state was 14 years ago. That's not the last time it snowed here, but the last time it snowed here, I literally got snowed in New Jersey. So, I didn't actually get to see the snow that snowed here, because I got snowed in a different state. So the last time I've physically seen snow in this state was 15 years ago. It's been that long. That's how rarely it snows here. But hello, Chad. Tyrion is pointing. Tassie ignoring your obvious sarcastic joke. Wait, I didn't see the joke. Let's see. What was the joke? Let me see. Can't see it still. People got banned last year? No way. Was that the joke? Because I did see that. I just didn't read it out loud. What was the joke? Or was that the joke? Because I did read that. I just didn't read it aloud. How much did you cost me last Sunday? Almost nothing. We make very little from the streams, generally speaking. I just don't like any videos being demonetized. It just looks weird in a sea of green to see like a random yellow mark on one. Oh, so it was only partially demonetized. It wasn't like super red demonetized. It's not like we had to copyrighted material. It just flagged it for like foul language or something. It was one of the language-related ones, which we pretty much never get caught for because we always, like, never curse or anything. But it also picks up on text on screen, so if people are doing weird stuff in chat, it does pick up on that. If it sees certain words a ton of times. It was $1.35. Honestly, it probably was. Like, realistically, if we don't get any donations on a stream, I probably only make like $1, give or take, per stream. Obviously, we make money from a ton of other things on the channel. Because streams are very short-lived content. Like, they last for like a day or two, and then, like, that's it. Pretty much. Some of the streams, like what we're doing now, particularly tomorrow night when the 7.3 actually hits, like, those survive for a little bit longer. Like, a little closer to a week. But unless we're doing, like, guide videos or anything, streams generally die very quickly. Compared to, like, standard videos. We also don't roll ads in between our streams. Whereas I believe YouTube auto puts ads in my videos. But I don't do it during streams because I feel like it just gets too annoying. And we make less money because of that as well. Because unless I accidentally got re-enabled, I should have mid-roll ads on streams disabled right now. Like, this entire 2-hour duration, you probably didn't see a single ad during it. You'll see it at the beginning and the end of the stream, but you won't see any during. And while I would make a lot more money if I did, I just don't because I feel like it'd be too inconvenient. Whereas during a video, it's kind of expected. People kind of expect when they through a YouTube video that you'll see an ad. Whereas through a stream, that'd be kind of annoying if you're trying to watch something, especially tomorrow night, and it's like, oh, random, like, 15-second ad. Right as we're opening the Celestial Dragons. Which is why we don't do that. Am I going to contest the demonetization? No. That's the other problem with it being on a stream. If it was on a video, I would. But on a stream, it is very pointless to contest the demonetization, because by the time they fix it, no one will be watching the stream anymore. Like, no one... by the time they fix it, it would be like Wednesday or Thursday. Like, no one's going to be watching Sunday stream on Wednesday or Thursday for the most part. And if there is going to be, like, a few dozen people if left. So whenever a stream gets demonetized, it's, like, completely pointless to contest it at all. A video, yes. Especially a guide video. But a stream, very pointless. Because by the time it's demonetized, it already lost all of its value anyways. Lure her up, 300 an hour. I still can't believe earlier this year I ended up getting out of jury duty. I'm not sure how that managed to work out. But somehow the trial that I was supposed to be on got resolved before they even need a jury. So I just didn't need to do jury duty. Because there wasn't a different thing I needed to do. It was just simply for that one. That's like the luckiest you can possibly get. Unfortunately, I did have to waste a day getting there and going back, which wasted like a good few hours. That was a good excuse to grab something neat. Can't remember what I picked up on that day, but it was pretty good. Oh yeah, have any of you guys seen the new Willy Wonka movie? Or whatever that one is? I'm probably going to be seeing it with my mom later this week. I don't think I mentioned it on this stream. I actually did mention it on the earlier stream today. But I don't think I mentioned it a single time during this 2-hour Gems of War stream. But my mom's work, they were having like an employee raffle thingy. Like a free employee raffle with a bunch of prizes. And she randomly won a very heavy blanket. Like, you know, one of those like winter ones. But she didn't realize it at the time. It also had a $25 gift card for the movie theater near us. Not the one really near us, that one closed down, but the one in the mall. So, yeah, $25 gift card. So we're going to go there and use it up. I haven't been to the movie theater since 2019. Since pre-pandemic times. It's one of those habits that I feel like I did like a couple times a year at least, if not more. But there's two things that made me not do it since the pandemic. The first reason, well, the pandemic. The second reason is the closest theater to me, due to the pandemic, shut down because they basically went out of business due to pandemic. And now the only one near me is like the one in the mall, and the one in the mall is not convenient to get to. So I just haven't gone. Yeah, we're gonna go see the Willy Wonka movie. Not sure if it's any good, but hopefully it is. Seems like a good family movie to go out for. The movie theaters are done. Yeah, honestly, movie theaters in general are just kind of dying as a form. Because it's a pretty hard sell these days to get people into a theater. Plus, honestly, a lot of movies these days just haven't really been that good. Like, they've kind of been going downhill in quality. Particularly animated ones. Like, honestly, almost indie animation is doing better than, like, Disney and stuff. If you look at, like, some of the projects that are being done. Like, I'm not sure if any of you have seen it, but things like The Amazing Digital Circus, if any of you have seen that. It's actually completely blown up. I think it almost has, like, 200 million views. But, like, stuff like that, smaller independent studios, are doing better work than, like, what Disney's doing these days, to be honest. How do you get those Sentinel troops? You pray to the RNG gods. No, you get them from random drops in... so there's dead-end rooms in Underspire that were added in version 7.2. And there's a small chance every time you take one of those dead-end rooms that you get a random legendary troop. I have so far only gotten 2. Many people have still gotten 0. They are very hard to get. Even if you do the entirety of Underspire every single week, it could still take like a year to get them all. It's actually going to be one of the longer grinds in the game. I'm not sure why they made it so hard. I hope they kind of tweak it a little bit in the future to make it a little bit easier. And you can still get repeats too, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't gotten any yet, luckily. But I'm pretty sure you can get repeats of them. Which means you're going to need to get like 20 of them, and I've gotten 2 so far in like a month. So it could easily take us a year to finish them all, if not longer. But yeah, they're really hard to get. Luckily, they're not that useful as far as troops, but they are needed for kingdom upgrades, which could be a concern. Some people might actually be locked out of maxing out kingdoms from not having them going into the future. Right now, that doesn't make too big of an impact, but once we start getting more 30-star kingdoms, like Blighted Lands, for example, I actually have the one from Blighted Lands, but there will be a point where 30-star Blighted Lands is actually locked behind having the Sentinel, the Red Sentinel, I believe it was. If you don't have it, you might not be able to 30-star your Blighted Lands for a magic bonus. Luckily, I can, because we did get lucky enough for that to be one of our 2 that we've had so far. But if you don't, there might be a point where you might go months without a very easy plus... Well, maybe not easy, but a potential +1 magic just because you don't own the Sentinel troop. Which I hope doesn't end up happening, but I really just hope they tweak the drop rate a little bit. I do feel like it's a little too low. Especially for people who don't do a lot of Underspire. Like, we're doing, like, max Underspire pretty much every single day and still not getting it. I shouldn't say we're not getting it at all. We got 2 of them so far. But counting repeats, we're going to need easily like 15 plus of them. Yeah, it's kind of weird how many things kind of died out after the pandemic. That were already starting to die out, like kind of just got completely finished off by the pandemic. And movie theaters were definitely one of them. It's just so much convenient watching something at home. I don't really have a dedicated space for doing so at my house, though, unfortunately. Like, we don't have a proper, like, movie theater room. Though I'm pretty sure most people don't have a dedicated movie theater room. However, oh no, it's nice having, like, a location where you kind of can do it. What do we need here? We'll take a yellow, I guess. Catch you later, Sonny. Have a good night. Yeah, honestly, after this EXP booster, I think we're calling it as well. Oh, it's already over. I think I might be calling it as well, to be honest. It seems like the patch is tomorrow. We're going to rename this the 7.3 hype stream for a 7.3. But it does seem like the patch is happening tomorrow. If it hasn't happened by now, it's happening tomorrow night. So, tomorrow night, the actual 7.3 update stream. Let's get re-hype again. But yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. Actually, one thing I'll go do right now, too. I'm not going to do them right now, though. I need to buy my torches. Hopefully I don't get completely destroyed when the patch happens. If I'm doing the really risky thing of buying more torches, it's probably a really dumb idea, but just in case it doesn't get reset, I'm going to go all the way. So, we have 10 torches, or technically 17 and 5. So keep tabs of that for tomorrow. But anyways, guys, we're going to end it here for now. We'll be back tomorrow night with actual version 7.3. And we'll go from there. But anyways, guys, enjoy your week. Do not forget tomorrow, very important, aside from the patch, make sure to get yourself the 2023 Christmas pet. It'll be available all day tomorrow, starting 4 hours from this exact moment in time. If you're watching this later, probably right now, go get it. But yeah, this will be available all day tomorrow. Make sure to get it. It's a cosmetic pet, so it doesn't really do anything, but you still want to get it, as getting it into the future will be really hard to do. Not impossible, but annoying. So definitely make sure to get it. Looks like it's one of those little cake thingies. I forget what those called. There's a special cake for that Christmas cake, and I completely forget its name. But you guys probably know. Whatever the cake is called. There's a really proper name for what that is, and I cannot remember what it's called off the top of my head. Mine is the tongue, obviously. But that cake with the thingy on it and the other thingy, it has a special name, and I cannot remember at all what it is. But that thing. Whatever that is, we're getting that tomorrow. That one Christmas cake thing. And yeah, we'll have 7.3 patch. There's no way it's not happening tomorrow at this point. Is it a pudding cake? I thought it had a special name that's beyond that. Maybe that's why I can't think of it. Is it literally just called a pudding cake? I could have sworn it had like a elaborate Christmassy name. Like I almost want to say something in German. Like a Jorgenseier or something. Oh no, I feel like that has like a very special, specific name that I can't think of. But maybe it doesn't. I just remember seeing these in like movies and other things. It's like a really iconic looking Christmas cake. I just always assumed it had a name and just didn't know what the name was. Maybe it just doesn't have a name properly. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. in version 7.3. If nothing else, this gives us more time to go cover the Mythic and go over the Mythic teams, because I didn't have time to cover it today, but I guess we'll do it tomorrow. Anyways, guys, enjoy your week. See you in 7.3, and goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.